on to CathyDSlaught's SRC4u software Zoom demonstration call for September 19th, 2022. We're here on Cathy's website, CathyDSlaght.com. We're going to scroll down and look for this Zoom banner. Now, when she does the demonstration of the SRC4u software, she includes her client list, and it's not disclosed. If you'd like to be part of the demonstration call, sign up for her daily energy clearing group. And you can read all the benefits of joining the group, or if you want to purchase the software, you can purchase the software, give her a call. If you're not ready to purchase it, demonstrate it. If you're not ready to purchase it or demonstrate it and you like the benefits that you read from being put in the SRC4u Daily, sign up for the Daily Energy Clearing Group. Cathy writes blogs and fractal fairy tales, and we post them on Twitter, and all the information's here. I'm going to click over to the Zoom call where it will be in progress, and it will be loud, so you may want to lower the volumes on your speaker. One moment, please.
Well, it is 10:30. I sure am sorry I missed Thursday, but I wouldn't have been able to do it, but we're back to normal now, and I want to show you we did finish. We did clear several times, actually, from last Thursday to today. We went right through and cleared, so that's good. I'm just going to take that off. I've already started this because, as you know, I've been doing a few things just extra to get us started, a few things to clear in Gong, and also this geomancy, which we actually wanted two really interesting images today, success and then upper kingdom, which is like an elevation in voltage or vibration or consciousness, however you want to say it. So I went ahead and put that in, and we've got a few things in the Gong to clear that are interesting. And I'm really happy with the results people seem to be having from this September startup. We might want to keep this one for a few months and just make little changes. But as we know, prosperity is a lot more than wealth. And also this etheric, subtle body balancing is interesting. Let's see where we are. Okay, so the mental body, and that's what's happening is when I do these scans, and remember this is a group, what really is throwing us off is stress related to the mental body. So it's our thoughts. And we know this on some level, but what I ended up doing, somebody said when I was so sick on Thursday, what were you working on? And I texted him back, in the mental body. She says, well, no wonder. But I want to show you what, and this is going to be an ongoing, and I'll send it out today. But let's first just send that energy into balance. And then we've got this, I've got this going daily in the mastery as well, this particular statement. That as we can see, obviously, our thoughts threw us off. Maybe a little bit too much media. Now let's just amp that up and let that go. But this will be an ongoing list. And these are just a few things in reference to our own perception. And the way I'm seeing it, perception is the key. The thoughts actually come to us in the form of signals from outside the brain. And, of course, we have a powerful computer in that brain, but we're a whole bunch more than a machine. That's why they could line up every man-made gadget on the planet and supposedly not have the power of one human brain, because we're not just a machine. We are far more powerful. So I've been just doing some different reading, and I've got a list, and this list is going to keep growing because then you see other thought-provoking things. And I hope nobody is offended from what comes up, but what you can do is you can, for those, I'll do it for the group, but you can go in and check yourself every now and then, just see what's going on with my thought process. Because we have the ability, if we can control our perception, to create what we desire. And we're not seeing a whole lot of that at this time. Let's just see where we are today. And then I'll send this out and tweak it in any way you feel like tweaking. So our top, and this makes perfect sense, is coherence. We want to look at possibilities, revive the power of logic and evidence. This is interesting that we came up with this deprogram the global power over health. If you do any reading, you might begin to question some of the motivation. Block non-beneficial downloads. Now this one is a preserve Western culture, and we want to install that with the yes therapy. There does seem to be a movement to dismantle Western culture, which could help us be a little bit more controllable. And that's what I've read and what I've studied. And all this stuff, I did test it for priority. So if we go in here, let's just go into the yes therapy. Because we don't want to eliminate, in at least what I'm seeing, any culture, Western or anything else. So let's just install.
And how would you define Western culture?
Western, that's a good question. I'm still working on that. But Western culture, we tend to be a little bit less, in the past, a little bit less subjugated by authority. The Chinese, the Chinese are wonderful people, but they're totally subjugated by the very few at the top, and they've ended up, there's some really tragic things happening in those cultures. So to me, Western culture is just having a mind of your own. That's a great question. It did have a priority. It did have a priority for being in this list, but maybe if anybody has any time, let's pull together a definition. Where'd that go? But I don't want to see any culture wiped out. Anybody have a thought as to what Western culture means to them?
Well, it's different. There's Carl Kalaman separates the planet Eastern and Western. Mm-hmm. And Western is more right brain. Eastern is more left brain. Right brain is more nation states, and left brain Eastern is much more independent and more community based than organized. Because in other words, Western is structure. Eastern is unstructured.
Yeah, somewhere in our list, and I don't recall the term now, but there is something that balances those two brains. It's an actual part of the physical body. I'll have to see if when it comes up. But anyway, immune to the power of groupthink and repetition, dispel evil forces, end compliant idiocy, which was a priority to add, and there was a code for it, unbowed by tyranny, the midbrain, expose all cult-controlled organizations, and positive mental health. That's and just, do what you like with this list and keep me posted if you see anything that doesn't feel right. But so far, this is what we're asking for today. In reference to these things, I just did some study, is all, and read and then tested for priority. For example, this cult stuff. This gets, where did it go? Right here. There are a number of organizations that if you study deeply, it really doesn't look like they have the collective interest at heart. So two things. So that is one thing. We've got that, and we've got it in there. Well, let's just look real quickly.
Could you also look at the 7,000 range?
That's what I'm doing down here, yeah. I'm going to test this because sometimes the priority is off. So here is clear, unthinking obedience. And let's just see priority.
What you're talking about is tribal mentality. And when you're talking about cults, that's tribal versus collective. And tribal is always about win-lose and sacrificing for the good of the others, for the good of the tribe. That's all about competition. You know, sports teams are tribal.
We may, yeah, I found a code. I'll show you this. Let me just, well, it's in our, I think it's in our actual.
Collective is always win-win.
For everybody.
Yes.
And that's what, yeah. But here is in reference to these. Now, I listened to an interesting meditation. And so I played it back and wrote it down. And I'm going to send it out. And anybody that wants to tweak it, do whatever you want with it, I'm sure I'll keep tweaking it. But what we do want in here, and I'm not going to read the whole thing to you at this point. You can read it for yourself. All deception that has divided the people of planet Earth is broken down. I have in there, etc. And I don't know, let's just copy this. But if we were able to access the potential of our own system, this might be something that we could accomplish. I don't know if it's going to be a priority to run in the SRC. It might be for certain individuals. It may not be for the group, but let's just look. Nope, we don't need it as a group. I'm not going to run it. You can look at it for yourself. I had a priority for it last night to be running Reiki, and so I think it's still running. But just check that out for yourself. But the idea in here, I have things like the wars end, the sex trafficking ends, etc., 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 controlled information, etc. So those are things that mean something to me. To see an end to that, a beautiful new world is now realized on planet Earth. Let's just see if we at least want that. We may all have our different versions. See, we're not quite ready. There's a lot of conditioning we've had and this, it looks like our polarity is okay. We did not want to go to the other end. But so it's just something to think about, and that's the key as to our mental body, I believe, is our perception. The signal comes in, we have the thought, that converts to an emotion, and that is where we can step in and do our own work. Now I've just been dowsing in this switch word with our sessions, trail of our string of switch words. And we're resonating, we'll take it. we want to, very interesting, we're including in this session the rivers of planet Earth. And then our daily proclamation. I am magnificent. I am an expression of creative love. I am creation on all levels of consciousness. I am a reflection of each one I meet this day. I've been putting that in here in the primary situation. And then this statement here, initially I thought the idea would be to install it in the yes therapy, but that's not always the highest resonance. So we got transmute all present, future, and past contracts of prosperity, thoughts, emotions, belief systems, and any that needs to be fixed. Thoughts, emotions, belief systems, and any erroneous thoughts, actions, or deeds that limit financial prosperity and abundance on any dimension and any level in all time and space, past, present, or future, known or unknown to me. And I started seeing after a while of doing this that the yes therapy was not really the most effective. We'll check it again. No. So you could, just for example, put this in the P4. No. Shin. Well, we're sluggish today on this. So we want this in the prayer warrior. I'll do that later because I don't want to show a bunch of names. That's always running, but that's where we want that statement. And I'll send that statement out, but you can amend this in any way. Take this prosperity and that and put whatever situation is going on. I had somebody last night, and this, these things almost don't seem possible, except they are. She has been sent bad energy for 12 years now from an actual supposed energy worker she worked with. And when I tested it, it resonated at 100% that was happening. And she, so we wrote a statement about that. And so, you know, play with it on your own, see what you think, and go from there. And then our list. All right, so I'm going to make this a little larger. I'm down to 16. Hey, can y'all see that? Is that large enough? We're starting out with a command for the globe. This is a powerful antioxidant, and for some reason it's been coming up a lot for people lately, so it's in there. It's a high priority. We're again taking that balancing for our template. This is a good prosperity cocktail. Thyroid is coming up a lot also, so there's a connection there. In the flow of God, reap a forest of multiplied money. That doesn't sound bad. Release blockage, deep healing, bonds of love. There's your key right there. That to me, that's the absolute key. Uninstall knowledge control. Remove implant of self-limitation of healthiness. Peace, health, and wealth for all humanity. And then interesting, usually we ask for quite a few field generators, but we're just asking for reach goals. So let's honor that. $20. And then, of course, thankfulness. And we can do a couple of things here. Let's add the command. And when this comes up for an individual, you can always test and see if it would be a positive thing for them to purchase this type of thing. Obviously, for a group, that's not going to work. Let's just amp it up. And it's interesting, we only wanted the one thing for the field generator because I have been doing quite a bit of clearing before we get started from any of the negative energies. And it looks like today we don't need as many field generators to protect against that. So there's a little chronic stress there. Up to this point, not so much, but could certain environmental stress affect our brain circuits? Obviously. So, too much sugar, too much caffeine, etc., etc. Even just on a very basic level, let's see what we want to do, if anything. Not quite a charge. We have to do the Pro Tools for this. Alright, well, we'll take 108 repeats, but it might not hurt to also go in here. This one's a little hard to find in this list. It's a prosperity clearing tooth. Now some of these I have to come back and look at that one a little. This thyroid comes up almost every time. So something we can do quickly.
Does it always come up as needing to be recharged?
Well, I not necessarily. In fact, see, for example, here, it doesn't need any of those things. And that's usually the case. But what you can do, that's just for the group now, stress-related thyroid.
Or maybe just clearing the toxins.
Yeah, there's something going on there. Look at that, 96%. So, let's just...
The stress might be environmental.
That's what my guess is. I've read that even fluoride shuts the thyroid down for a number of hours. Let's look at what kind of... We got, I'm sure, look at all those cocktails. So I'm going to make a list and scan that. Let's just look at though and see right off the top. That needs to be a focus. Maybe that'll be the focus for the group tomorrow. See, that's not it. That's not what we're looking for at this moment in time. Here's Grandmaster Thyroid Protection. Let's look at that one. A little higher. I'm going to work with this more, and I'll let you know which one comes up. But that's something we need to be aware of. I can't believe some of the codes they have in here. But there was a code for this, so we want it, so let's go ahead and do it. Release blockages. That's something with the full moon. Any of you that are doing any releasing with this kind of energy, that's a major one. It covers a lot just to remove or release blockages. Deep healing. I'll finish these others. We've got just a couple more, and I'll add that. Let's just real quickly see where we are. And we just want that good old wonder click. And I'll stop it and add the rest, but at least we'll get an idea as to the top stress at this moment in time. I'll settle. Our top stress is spine. And I will see you on Thursday.
Thank you, Cathy.
Thanks, Cathy.
Glad you feel
Thanks,
better.
Cathy. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Cathy. Blessings to all.
This concludes the SRC4u software demonstration call. Thank you for participating. We look forward to seeing you again. Till then, take care and be well.